This is Garis Masculist MGTOW flyers, that is 2-3 page essays on the themes of masculism and MGTOW, written by and read aloud by Prof. Dr. Hugo de Garis. This is flyer number 685, entitled Promoting a Masculist Mutiny by the Male Employees of YouTube. Description. This flyer aims at promoting a masculist mutiny amongst the male employees of YouTube, so that YouTube becomes biconscious, so that it loses its current monoconscious, sexist, hypocritical bigotry towards masculism, towards the liberation of half the world's population. The flyer itself. Promoting a masculist mutiny by the male employees of YouTube, by Prof. Dr. Hugo de Garis. Email profhugodegaris@yahoo.com. Website profhugodegaris.wordpress.com. A few weeks back from the time of writing of this flyer, that's September 2024, as reported in flyer number 679, entitled, quote, "Have YouTube's male employees had a masculist rebellion recently?" I noticed that the number of videos that were found with a search on YouTube using the search term masculism had significantly jumped upwards compared to a year earlier. This got me wondering, had there been a change of attitude within YouTube management regarding masculist ideas? The fact that YouTube now has a male, middle-aged CEO who probably has male friends who have been divorce raped, or even he himself may have been, makes it plausible that he may be more favourable to the masculist viewpoint. The previous CEO was a woman, Susan Wojcicki, pronounced Wojcicki, a Polish-American feminist who promoted feminist channels on YouTube and deleted, in capital letters, masculist and MGTOW channels, making her the most hated woman in the manosphere, in brackets, that is, men on the internet discussing men's issues and men's liberation, close brackets. I've had 2 of my masculist channels deleted by YouTube, in 2019 and again in 2023. Since YouTube is far and away the biggest video hosting site, in brackets, although X is rapidly catching up, close brackets, I remain motivated to have my masculist channel up on YouTube, given its huge number of viewers worldwide. So, given the much larger number of videos searchable on YouTube on the topic of masculism, I felt motivated to see if I could get my masculist channel to remain up on YouTube, so I did an experiment and recently rapidly uploaded my nearly 1,000 masculist videos to see whether my third attempt at having my masculist channel on YouTube will remain up and not be deleted for a third time. Yes, so far, in brackets, a month after starting and completing the upload, close brackets, it's still up. It has not been deleted, so that is good news to me. But, and there is a but, my masculist channel is being shadow banned by YouTube. Shadow banning by YouTube means that its algorithm suppresses easy access to one's channel, thus making the spread of the ideas in that channel slower. Shadow banning is a form of censorship that slows the speed at which ideas disfavoured by YouTube management can spread across the planet. The proof that I have that I'm being shadow banned is that the total number of hits on my nearly 1,000 masculist videos keeps fluctuating around a low figure. That is, that number goes up and down, remaining low, so that anyone searching for the term masculism will need to bother searching through more than 100 accessed videos to come to mine, in brackets, which, by the way, then dominate the search, since I'm the only real masculist theorist on the planet who has made nearly 1,000 masculist videos, close brackets. So, I'm being shadow banned by YouTube, which admittedly is better than being deleted, but still, I, and probably many other Manospherians, are still being censored by YouTube. So this flyer is aimed at doing something about that censorship. It aims to promote a masculist mutiny amongst the male employees of YouTube, so that there is a sea change in attitudes within YouTube management towards masculism, which is, after all, the attempt to liberate half the world's population, that is, the male half, that is, 4 billion people. I hope that some male employees of YouTube get to read this flyer and view its video of me reading it aloud, so that masculist ideas can be sown in the minds of these male YouTube employees, who can then quietly spread masculist ideas to their male work colleagues and work friends, so that masculist ideas spread within the company. My aim here is to promote a masculist mutiny within YouTube, so that the current monoconscious feminist dominance that controls the minds of YouTube management can be seriously shaken by having a large number of male employees within YouTube mutiny against the brutal feminist dominated Captain Bligh, in brackets, of Mutiny on the Bounty fame, close brackets, within the company. What I'm trying to promote here is a much greater level of awareness amongst male employees of YouTube that gender oppression is very much a two-way street, and that in reality women oppress men far worse than vice versa, especially with women's big three ways that women oppress men that are horrible and last decades, that is women's manslavery, women's divorce rape, and women's forced fathering, which so fill masculists with hatred towards such gender criminal women that we masculists punish such women so severely that we effectively exterminate them by totally ignoring them, not even pumping and dumping them, forcing such women to rot on the shelf, manless, loveless, sexless, babyless, and utterly rejected both socially and sexually. To a well-informed biconscious masculist, in brackets, that is, a masculist who knows well both feminist and masculist ideas, close brackets, the monoconsciousness of most feminists is deeply hypocritical, since what are monoconscious feminists doing to society? Question mark. They are preaching to women that gender oppression is a one-way street, that men are the oppressors and women are the oppressed. After 6 decades of feminist monopoly over gender politics, most women have been influenced by feminist ideas, so see men as oppressors, not to be trusted nor liked. So millions of women look upon men as pigs, as rapists, as toxic, and the like. To biconscious masculists, of course, such monoconscious feminist ideas are deeply hypocritical, since biconscious masculists see clearly that women oppress men worse, since men's gender crimes against women pale in comparison with the severity and awfulness of women's gender crimes against men. For example, compare men's gender crimes against women, in brackets, for example, rape, sexual harassment, domestic violence, patriarchy, etc., with women's gender crimes against men, in brackets, for example, the big three of manslavery, divorce, rape, forced fathering, and many other female gender crimes against men. Biconscious masculists have no patience with the monoconscious ignorance, hypocrisy, and bigotry of monoconscious feminists. So when we come across them, typically we bite their fucking heads off, screaming at them, quote, "Learn some masculism, you misandrous, male-dumping, feminazi cunt. You hated, sexist, hypocritical bigot. Learn that gender oppression is a two-way street, and that women oppress men worse than vice versa. If you don't become biconscious faster than your boyfriend, then you will risk having him dump you for your sexist, hypocritical, feminazi monoconsciousness. We masculists target these monoconscious male feminist boyfriends, teaching them masculism so that they convert themselves into becoming biconscious masculists, who then see the monoconsciousness of their feminist girlfriends as profoundly hypocritical, given that women oppress men worse than vice versa. This is the end of part 1.